And atop the tiers, for the first time in franchise history, not even the Steve Largent teams were atop the tiers. A quiet juggernaut.
Wow.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
Right now,
Number one.
the best team in football.
Wow.
Coach?
Great tiers.
The Seattle Seahawks at the top of the tiers. We are going to do some receipt keeping right now. Because Seattle Seahawks fans, you've been so good to me. I gotta be so good to you. You know, I've been with you since the very beginning. You know, I'm the one that said that Sam Darnold and Clint Kubak and McDonald, Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cup and this team as a whole is going to have a lot of success. So, we got to do some receipt keeping. This clip, June 18th, 2025, when Sam Darnold was signed by the Seattle Seahawks. Is there a chance Seattle regrets their offseason loss? I don't get it. I don't understand moving on from Geno for a worse quarterback that's just as expensive. I don't get it. Sam can ball. So you should. Nick and he's the Geno guy. But Geno's better than Donald. I mean Darn was phenomenal at. No, they're not. Darn's done it 1 year. Thank you, bro. 1 year. Geno's done it what? 2, 3 now? Well, this is pretty doing it. Really? They both got drafted by the Jets. Their both careers stalled out. They both went to new teams and then done it longer. I know, but Geno had a longer runway at doing nothing. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's only done it 1 year, but this is year 2. They put Geno with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson. Oh my. Now, what was my reply to this? Looking at it through like a Seattle Seahawks lens. Like, you know, how did the Seahawks be great? It's like, well, you're like, Sam Darnold was only good because the coach and the roster. And it's like, okay, well then have a great coach and have a great roster. If you can't do that, well, then you're not winning, no matter who your quarterback is. And now Sam Darnold has proven to be able to ball when you have the roster and the coaching staff together. So it's like, why? So he has proven that. But if you really want to see the best receipt, this is from March 11th, 2025. March 11th. So, this was breaking. Seahawks Darnold agreed a 3-year $100 million deal. Buckle up. I really am firm in Sam Darnold, having a lot more success than people want to give him credit for. And you know, I think, unfortunately, no matter what he does this coming season though, people will still continue to doubt him. But I think we all have to kind of see what this team looks like. I think it's going to be fascinating to see, with the new offensive mind Kubak with the Seattle Seahawks, and kind of what they're looking to do there. And yeah, I think, the Seahawks might be, I got to think of it more, and I got to look at the roster and see what they do and what they continue to do in free agency as well as the draft. But the Seahawks might be my version of the Minnesota fight. My Seahawk, the Seahawks this season, going into this coming season, might be my version of the Vikings last season. How I predicted that the Vikings were going to be, a really good team and could legitimately win and be contenders. And that ended up being correct. So, but this might be the best one. This was after the preseason, August 19th, 2025, or like the start of the preseason, when we now started to get a little bit more information. We understood how everything was unfolding. The draft, free agency, all that. Just take a listen. The feeling of like, are we still building? Are we taking this step forward? And you even draft another quarterback, who, depending on who you ask, they could be real high on them, real low, average, you know, whatever it may be. And then it's like, well, are we still looking in this holding pattern here? Are we still just kind of floating around that? Yeah, we kind of have a foundation here, but it's not 25-26 that we're going to be good. It's really like 27-28 is when we're going to start getting this thing going. Right now. Right. This is like the Alex Smith years and Andy Reid years. This isn't the Mahomes years. And it's just like, well, when you really build out your roster and you actually have a quarterback who is a big game player and has had a tremendous amount of success and really helped elevate Kevin O'Connell. This was a two-way relationship here where he, Sam Darnold, played a huge part in, you know, not only did Kevin O'Connell and Jefferson and all that help elevate Sam Darnold, but make no mistake about it, Sam Darnold did his part as well to elevate too. That like, you bring a quarterback like that here. Why can't they have a tremendous amount of success? Why is it that the Seahawks are so quickly seen as just like, nah, they're making. lateral moves, or they're just kind of in this holding territory, you know, like a game. They're just like in the lobby right now. They're just kind of waiting. No one really talks about the Seahawks taking steps forward, even though they've been taking the steps over these last couple of years to make legitimate steps forward. I also really do like the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, make no mistake about it, Clint Kubak had that New Orleans Saints team when Derek Carr, when they were all healthy, that offense was rolling, man. And Derek Carr, I mean, if you actually still look at his stats, the more like some of the more like graded stats and not like bottom line stats where it's just like the totals. Like he was having some like off the chart performances. I mean, like truly off the chart. And so I'm imagining, especially with Sam Darnold and Clint, Kubak too, to have a lot of success in the first half. Like a lot of success with a lot of these scripted plays. I was a big fan of Clint Kubak and stays healthy if this team can stay in rhythm. And if this defense can hold their own. I honestly genuinely believe that Clint Kubak and Sam Darnold can have a tremendous amount of success. And like I said, be on the lookout for the first half connection. That's when you'll really be able to see, I think, Clint Kubak's preparation going into these games. And I think that's when a Sam Darnold will still be able to significantly thrive. The Seattle Seahawks are literally the best first half team in the NFL offensively, scoring 19.1 points, nearly a field goal more than any of the other teams. That's pretty cool. You know, the last 3 games are averaging 27.7 points. Okay. Oh, that, my friends, is what we call a spot-on take. Pretty funny how that works out like that. I don't really honestly do a ton of receipt keeping in that way, because I think it can be a little bit obnoxious. I know I'm being a little bit obnoxious. I've only ever really done it for the Vikings, the Commanders, the Eagles, and now the Seahawks. I only do it when there's so much of the opposite takes, when there's just so much like that the Seahawks are going to regret having Sam Dark. Why do they have Clint Kubak? This team can't really do much. They're not going to be that successful. These are lateral. Like what are they doing to improve? They're a quiet juggernaut. I don't think it's that quiet. Seems kind of loud to me. Colin keeps saying, turn the volume down. He keeps saying that. Like maybe it's an expression that I don't know. But he said that many times when you watch the Seahawks. Turn the volume down. This is the fastest team in the NFL. And I'm like, I don't know the expression. You know? I mean, it's going over my head. Or maybe I just don't get what he's saying. But it ain't quiet. Like it ain't quiet. This team is legit. Top to bottom, left to right, up, down, sideways. No matter how you look at it, this is a great team. This is an awesome team. They are balling. They are balling. So, I love to see it. I love to see it. But those are just my thoughts. My old thoughts, too. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Seattle Seahawks being a juggernaut? The top team in the NFL. Multiple tiers above the coveted Kansas City Chiefs. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.